Hi, I'm Ben Schwalb and welcome to my brewery. Upstairs here we have the fermentation area. As you can see, all the fermenters. Some of them are stainless, some are plastic, all cylinder conical. And various rock posters and whatnot. And over here, that's the actual kettles I use to brew with. These were old Anheuser-Busch kegs that somebody gave me. Cut the tops out, then cut holes in the bottom to put those spigots in. That's where the actual boiling and mashing and so forth go on. And then everything is fermented in here. And if we head this way, actually before we head downstairs, let's take a quick look in the garage. This is where I keep all my grain. I mill it with a mill, which is hooked up to a drill, and it comes in these big sacks like this, and then I just store it in buckets and whatnot. And so when I'm ready to brew, I take it and brew with it. And this is my bottle fridge here. These are all my homemade labels. And in here is various beers, and I have all these labels here. Each beer has a number on the cap which shows the batch number. And so that way when I want to get a particular beer, I go in, I look at the paper, and there's the beer ready to, otherwise it would take forever to find something. So you got to order. And I have a few commercial beers as well, but mostly homebrew. Now we'll head down to the bar. And these posters are almost all the same as last time. A friend of mine built the bar for me. And here's the bathroom. I remember last time there was a rough in here, so now there's a bathroom.
Girlfriend used to call it the used beer department.
And this is a macerating pump toilet because we're below the sewer line. So it has to, your waste gets ground up with like a blade in there, and then it pumps it upward behind the wall and then down to the sewer line. And here we have the main area. There's the pumps over here. And here are the taps over here. I got 12 of them. Before as you remember, there was. Okay, we can look more at that later. As you remember last time, there were 6 and 6. You know, 2 fridges each had 6 of them. And they're still 6 and 6, but they're behind the wall. We'll look at those in a minute. But now here they all are coming through the wall. Only 9 of them actually have beer running at the moment, which is why 3 of them are missing handles. And this little laundry room as well. That's there. And here's the bar itself. And these labels over here are actually lacquered or epoxied into, there's a pourable epoxy you can put on to flood coat it, so that they're all in there permanently. And there are a bunch of ribbons I've won from various homebrew contests that I've won, and of course just various paraphernalia and mugs and so forth. And it is a wet bar. There is a sink behind the bar, and we got recessed lighting up there. And of course a whole bunch of coasters from Belgium and the US mostly. And if you have a business card that you want to put up, you just hack it up. That's what people have started doing here on the corkboard. And over there are pictures from my Belgium trips.
You're so old school.
Yeah.
Everybody else puts them on the internet, you just put them on your wall.
Yeah. Well, actually, I do have my website has links to all my trips with all the pictures and the stories about it. And the reason we have this poster here is a little access door to get in there. And this is Barley. Say hi, Barley. Here, over here. Look over here. Barley. There you go. He's so cute. He's 9 years old. Would you believe it? Yeah. And this is the behind the scenes where everything happens. Yeah, well, that's one of I have a barrel here and a barrel there. These are my 2 50-gallon oak barrels in which I ferment my sour ales. That one has a Flanders red, which is why you have Ned Flanders dressed in red there. And over here, that's my goose barrel, which I just filled recently. People have been drinking so much sour ale. I literally emptied this barrel over the past year, so I just refilled it recently. And I got the tube here, as you can see, it's blowing off. And then in here you can see, that's just, the foam goes down to liquid and just sits there. And eventually I'll take that out. But that's got 50 gallons in it. And these are 3 of my 5 fridges. And this one is, the reason there's names like Joe and Shemp is all 5 of my fridges are named after Stooges. Mo, Larry, Curly, Shemp, and Joe. Then here's where I keep most of my hops. They either come in pellets or in whole hops, which I've individually suck packed using a food saver. You see, so they're all, those are the whole hops. And then there, I got just a few bottles and whatnot in there. Nothing really to look at. Well, I do want to point this out. My good friend Brian Strumke, less than a year ago, turned pro. You might have heard of Stillwater Artisanal Ales. Mm-hmm. He's got about 5 or 6 different beers out now. This was the very first one, Stateside Saison. I ran down to Dawson's and bought a case of it as soon as it came out. Great beer. He's been written up in all sorts of things on the web as one of the best new brewers. And these are the 2. Oh yeah, of course, then you have the bottle. That's just cases of bottles over there. And not as much as usual. I've only got about 30-something cases of
gone for the holidays or what?
Well, no, what happens is I brew only in the cold weather, like October through April. So in April, I've got 70 cases of beer. I've got 16 kegs full of beer. By October, then I'm down to maybe 30 cases. I think I had 2 kegs running at one point. Wow. And I've been slowly filling them back up. And these are the 2 keg fridges. And the way it works is you've got these soda kegs, and of course I got a CO2 bottle here, which is split into the 2 fridges, and then you've got individual air distribution back here, so each keg air can be turned on and off individually. And then of course you have all the outlines, which go out the keg, out the fridge, and then here, and these are just insulated here, and then goes up here and then through the wall.
Do you have any problem with yeast or any kind of buildup, any of the yeast snakes in the lines?
No. I simply clean the lines between kegs, and it keeps everything clear.
Need to talk to our friend Jaime Gerardo. He's the the world champ at draft beer. So.
So what else? And then of course there's these are buckets that I'm fermenting sour ale in. That's why I don't put it all directly in the barrel, because it makes a lot of there's a lot of krausen, a lot of yeast foam and whatnot. So you want to try to minimize that. So I do the primary fermentation in the buckets, and then when it's fermented a good amount, then it gets racked into the barrel. So I always have extra sour ale because I have to keep replacing what comes out of the barrel. And then this is just storage area up here. I call it the foxhole. There's just empty bottles and pretty much just empty bottles, and there's some few kegs back there. And let's see. And anything else about the bar? I'm trying to think if there's anything. I've got a few more coasters up here. And if you have any paraphernalia you want to get rid of, any old posters or bar signs or anything, as you see, I have plenty of wall space left to decorate with. Oh, and I put these speakers up. We've got 4 really nice speakers, and I got a CD
flat screen TV down here somewhere.
A lot of people have said that. I made the conscious decision not to put a TV down here. Other than the fact that I just don't want to spend the money on it. I don't want people coming down here just to watch TV. This is a place to drink beer and to talk about beer, and talk about your life and whatnot, not to sit there and watch a ball game. I have a big screen TV upstairs.
If anybody wants to remove themselves from this place of social interaction. Yeah, awesome. I think it's great. I think the only thing missing is drinking some beer.
Yeah.
Which is
and I got
ring for beer.
Yeah.
Let's ring the bell and we'll call it a day. What's your website, Ben?
www.benbrew.com.
All right, man. I'll look for you there. Have a great day.
All right.